Cheers. Howdy do, buckaroos, and how the heck are you? I am Tom the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and all-around good guy. I usually say that at the end, but I thought I'd give it to you up front. So I've got the Jameson whiskey finished in craft beer barrels. This is their Stout edition. It's at 80 proof, and I turned it into an old-fashioned. And I wanted to use kind of an Irish, Irish herbs or herbs they would use their spice palette anyway. So I did a ginger, lavender, thyme. As you see a little thyme garnish there. Oh, that's nice. Very aromatic, if you will. Oh, that's nice. So I did a homemade simple syrup. I used some candied ginger, some fresh thyme, and then some dried lavender petals. Obviously, equal parts sugar to water. I use raw sugar, as you get a cleaner product than using your white sugar, if you will. Man, that is delicious. That's really good, man. So happy St. Patrick's Day, all. I hope everybody's doing all right out there. I've been kind of spacing out my my drinks today because I do have to work tomorrow, but I don't have to go until 3:30, so I knew I have to do something today. Kind of stretches out all weekend when it lands on a Sunday. Well, we kind of got gypped out of a day because of leap year. Should have been able to be on Saturday this year, Sunday next year, but we kind of got screwed. We got screwed, man. We took it in the shorts on that one. Yeah. Man, that was good. That was really good. That's a nice simple syrup. Nice and herbal. The ginger is light, so that's why you could use fresh ginger. I didn't have any, so I used the candy ginger. That adds just enough without overpowering the others because the thyme can get overpowering too, but the lavender is rather subtle, so you've got to kind of adjust the stronger elements, if you will. I do have my main. This is kind of a preview or prelude to the main video on St. Patrick's Day that I will be doing with the Brew Guru at 5 Central time. I'll tell you something, though. I actually didn't have any beers yesterday or today yet. I was working through some Irish whiskey products yesterday and so far today, but I will have some beer with the Brew Guru. He doesn't drink whiskey, but I may have. There may be some involved with my particular. Anyway, I digress. Man, that is good though. That's really good. That's a nice drink. Guess we're not technically into spring yet, but it's got that spring kind of feel. I'm going to develop another. I'm trying to develop versions of an old fashioned as per season. Thought about getting out yesterday. I had most of the day off and today, and I even kicked around a few notions, but but I just couldn't make up my mind. I couldn't decide. I couldn't pull the trigger on actually having to put clothes on to go outside and go somewhere. So, and I thought, well, I don't really need to spend any money. If I go somewhere, I'm going to spend some money. I already got plenty of stuff here. It's just the wife and I've got enough food to feed the whole neighborhood on St. Patrick's Day. I tried to cut it down. Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but I certainly have more food than two people need. But since I had it already, I had to go ahead and cook it. So we're going to have some leftovers for a minute. Oh, man, that is tasty. That really is. That's good, man. Okay, there you are. That's tasty. So I didn't buy any Irish beer this year. I didn't buy any Guinness. The only beer that I picked up is from Banter. I've got their version of the Irish of an Irish red or an Irish ale, which is very good. It was my favorite of the season. The only other beer that I like just as well, Springfield Brewing Company, man, their dry stout, their McDaniel's Draft Dry Stout is just insanely good. Obviously, because it's nitro, they can't, they don't can it. But boy, the beer is just amazing. That was the only other thing I thought about getting at today is going there, just so I can have that one more time because that beer was just crazy good. And I even kicked around the notion of going there about 5, a little before 5, having a beer and then doing it live from there. But I know it's going to get loud because they got a band playing from 5 to 8. But I really considered it for a second. Well, can that wife drop me off? I can do the live show. And, yeah. But they were going to have a lot of. The problem is when I've done shows like that, I get flagged from YouTube and everybody else because they got music in the background, and then I get a copyright strike. And who needs that? Anyway. Anyway, that is good. So earlier today, finished off my 3. I opened this yesterday, had about half of each bottle yesterday, finished them off today. This Redbreast 3-bottle set, man, it was really incredible. Then I had 2 single malts from Hyde whiskey that I finished off yesterday. I still have a fair amount of this Tyrconnell double distilled single malt Irish whiskey. Most Irish are triple distilled. This one's only double distilled. That's interesting. Aged, but it is a 10-year-old port cask finish. But most Irish does do 3 years. I wonder why they don't. But anyway, I digress. And then of course I showed you the Jameson Stout. Got one whiskey here that I thought about drinking today because I've got about 1 drink left. There's about 1 ounce left in there. I might as well finish off today. It's an American single malt whiskey, but it is aged 6 years. It's a 6-year-old whiskey. Well, it says 6 years, but the years they give you here are a bit. Yes, it says 6, but the barrel date, the bottle date really only adds up to 5. But anyway, but it is aged a lot like a single malt Irish. It really has the feel of a single malt Irish, even though it's not. It's an American whiskey. But I was going to drink because Restless Spirits has their roots. They are rooted in Irish tradition there at Restless. So I'm thinking about drinking this one today as well. So, anyways, I digress as we wrap up this Irish old fashioned. I am Tom the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, prepare wisdom man. All right, good guys, watch it.